कोई अपनी बेटी का दान क्यों करता है?
ससुराल में सास का गुलाम बन के रहेगा तू?
कोई अपनी बेटी का दान क्यों करता है?
ससुराल में सास का गुलाम बन के रहेगा तू?
Couple of more minutes. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. It's been a great weekend, and we can't wait to begin the session. The organizing team of the 14th edition of the annual India Conference is extremely proud to put together a forum that facilitates discussion on issues in the context of India's path to global leadership. When we started planning this conference about 8 months ago, we just had a grand idea. But today, when we see a packed auditorium, a sold-out conference, a blockbuster lineup of speakers, we can't help but feel grateful towards everyone who has been associated with the conference. I would like to thank all of you attendees who've flown from different parts, different parts of the country and all over the world to be here over the entire weekend. I would like to thank our sponsors who've helped us put together an event at such a large scale. All our speakers, we had about 90 speakers at this edition of the conference who flew here from all over the world to share their rich insights with us. A big thank you to all our speakers. Over the past few weeks, we've been working with the facilities teams at HBS and HKS, and they have been incredibly flexible and incredibly supportive. Huge thank you to them. And last but not the least, the organizing team. This conference is completely run by students. It's about 50 of us who worked tirelessly to put together this conference. And I would like to sincerely express my gratitude to each and everyone in the organizing team. I want to call my fellow 7 co-chairs on stage. Arvind Krishnan, Ranjavati Banerjee, Himakshi Meghani, Raghav Anger, Rahul Srinivasan, Saket Goenka, and Dinesh Lingameni, and myself, Apur Bansal. Thank you. All right, we can finally proceed to what you have been eagerly waiting for. I would like to take the opportunity to introduce the man who needs no introduction whatsoever. Mr. Pawan Kalyan. Mr. Pawan Kalyan, who has lovingly been given the title of Power Star by all you fans, is truly the king of Tollywood. But behind the stardom lies a very simple and humble human being who's driven more to serving people and society than to celebrate box office records. Mr. Kalyan, who has an incredible following amongst the youth, prefers to be seen as one amongst the common man than as a privileged star of society. It is this philosophy of his, the Pavanism, as it is known, that is the core value of his party, Jan Sena. He truly is the most powerful common man. Through his political career and with the support of his fans and party supporters, who are presumably his soldiers in arm, he hopes to do good for the people of his state. And that is perhaps what makes him a true power star. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Pawan Kalyan.
ఇల్లేమో ఘోరం, అసలే చీకటి గాఢాంధకారం, చేతిలో దీపం లేదు, కానీ గుండెల నిండా ధైర్యం ఉంది. నేను ఈ రోజున రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వాలు కానీ కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వాలు కానీ అడిగేది, ఒక క్రానిక్ గా ఒక ప్రాంతం వేలాది మంది దశాబ్దాలుగా చనిపోతున్నప్పుడు ఇది ఏ ఒక్క ప్రజాప్రతినిధి దృష్టికి ఎందుకు వెళ్లలేదు?
He should be here any minute. He's just backstage. Pay my respects to the God particle within each one of you. And it's an honor to be at Harvard, to be one of the keynote speakers. And I thank the student body who could make it happen. And I wholeheartedly thank you, thank all of you. And it's a new experience to me to be in this kind of platforms. It's comfortable and easy for me to address a lack of people, but to come to Harvard and to face thinking minds is not an easy task. So it took me some time to ponder whether I could communicate what I believe in and what I stand for. It took me some time, so finally I had accepted. That's why I'm here. And today the subject would be the global power, India's rising global power.
But I can't talk about entire India because my experiences are confined, though I know a lot about India, but my political experiences or my political realm is only within on the state of Andhra Pradesh and state of Telangana. So I would like to communicate from within Andhra Pradesh and Telangana perspective. But to talk about the global power, first I would like to, what we lack in our country, there is amazing divisiveness in our country. We don't feel as one unit. For me, the reason why I came into politics was I could see the divisiveness, how it is hampering the progress. And all of us, we believe we belong to one sect, one class, or one region, or one religion, but we don't feel the complete Indianness. We don't feel, for example, the North Indian leadership, they don't know much about South India. For example, Gandhiji traveled all over India. He knows nook and corner of India. Today, how many leaders, either from South or from North, actually know about the entire India? Today, I know more about America or more about West, what's happening in the West than what exactly happening in the eastern part of India as from Nagaland and Sri. My pain is the way we had achieved freedom with a lot of blood and a lot of sacrifices. And the kind of passiveness which society shows. So many problems are there. Recently, I've been to one part of Andhra Pradesh, it's called Sacramento district. One particular area is called Budam. No one knows, not even the government, they have an idea. For the last 20 years, around more than 20,000 people died out of kidney disease. And it is some kind of I don't know what exactly causes the kidney disease in the people who are living in that area. No one knows. Even one of the people who came from Harvard and they made some kind of research, but somehow they could not completely zero down this to the problem. And none of the political parties could address the issue. And constantly the people who are suffering, they were very poor. And no one their voice was not able to reach the governments. So somehow they had approached me when I went there. And after seeing their pain, after seeing what they're going through, when I addressed the issue, at least the government machinery had moved and trying to do something now. And this is the plight of our nation, and this is the kind of constant attitude what our political leadership does to our country and to our state. And for me, this is deeply pains me. And constantly we feel the pride of our country, and we feel so much obviously we can show us that the nation is on through the form of cricket, but actually no one addresses the true issues of India. And for me, the pain is all about we really highlight the best of India. But deep down there are so many issues. I'm talking today about India is global power, a rising power. We talk about the development. India is really developing. We can show in data and statistics say that India is a growth of this percentage and that percentage. But in reality, to whom, to which group this development is actually reaching? And we can promise in every particular situation, they say that they're going to promise, we're going to bring on the moon for you. We're going to show this. But actually, in reality, people don't ask for big things. In 2007, I was working for a political party which was established by my brother. And I went there in a district in Telangana state. It's a complete tribal district. And like any other guys, even my party people told me, please you have to address it, let's go to one of the tribal leaders, let's see that what we as a party, what we can do for it. And first time, I've seen people struggling because they're saying that we're going to give you the best schools, we're going to give you the best education, we're going to do that, and all the election rhetoric. So for some time, there was an old lady who was like, blinded right from her childhood. She was around 60-year-old. And first until then, I never knew people without eyeballs actually they can try. It never came to my experience as not a science student to understand. First time that lady was trying, I said, guys, I don't know what we're going to do, but we need just water. They're requesting her to have a basic water, nothing else. We don't want anything. We need drinking water. To get the drinking water, we have to go all the way to a few kilometers away and we struggle. Could you get us water? That deeply pain. But like, I heard about it. I went back to the constituency. And they put it just a few kilometers away. I'm talking about from that place is the next meeting I went, it was of 60 kilometers away. And they put this kind of mineral water in front of me. And I felt so guilty. They're lacking of water. Here I get a mineral water. I felt like a criminal. And I was somehow, I lost interest in the political process. I only told my friends and someone who were following me, I said, can we do something till we get into whether we don't know whether we're going to win or not, but at least can we do something about it? And luckily, a few friends came forward and some who could identify the water bodies on the ground, they were there. And within no time, they could dig a bowl. In the next 1 week, they had drinking water there. For me, what I'm trying to tell you is, if I, as an individual, if I could do that much, can you imagine the power of machinery? Can you imagine the power of government? What are they capable of doing? Then I said, what made them not to go ahead and do it? Because nobody, not that I'm saying the entire political class is like that, but majority, they don't have great interest. For them, what is the next move? What is the next way to earn, to get benefits? It is like the apple polishing attitude of a political class is really denying the development of the underprivileged. And this is what really pains me. And if you ask me to talk about how the global emergence of, how India can rise as a global power, I don't have that kind of experience. And there are enough experts, there are enough intelligent intellectuals out there who has a better idea about it. What I can say is, I can speak on behalf of common men because I have been there, I lived there, and I come from a lower middle class background. And finally I became an actor, and I would like to address these issues. And so that I know the pain of each one. And we talk about women empowerment. For me, there are a few key issues which I would like to bring it to your notice today. One is about the women empowerment. There is heavy budget for everyone and everything. And women empowerment, in our schools, there is no personal hygiene for growing girl children. And they have enough money and somehow does not reach them. That's the problem there. And today we want, women are the biggest force. We want to empower women, and first of all you have to give them a healthy lifestyle. Even the so-called social welfare hospitals are there, and they're heavily being neglected. And these are the issues which are burning issues. And also the major problem in India is the women's safety. The women's safety is such a big concern. And what Gandhi says, in the middle of the night, a woman could really walk, that would be the right. That's where we have achieved the freedoms. But in reality, even in daytime, if someone has to go, there's quite a risky situations are there, even in my own kith and kin, what they go through. So for me, what I wanted to do is, first of all, we should have a great, very powerful law and order situation should be there. Law and order should be really controlled, have a great say in safeguarding women. to get one Nirmaya Act, when I say yesterday, it is passiveness which really pulls back India. To get one Nirmaya Act, because right from my childhood I had seen, because I grew up with my sisters and aunts, I know that how they used to suffer. They never used to feel safe to go out on the roads. To get one Nirmaya Act, it took government for 60 years plus. That too has to happen in Delhi. Unless it happens in Delhi, they don't wake up. Everything cannot happen in Delhi to make them understand. They have to feel the country, they have to feel the pulse of the country, they have to feel the pulse of the people, which is missing. And recently I was talking about for example, the state has been divided, and we come from unified Andhra Pradesh. When the state has been divided, what they did was, right from 69 to 72, both the states want to get separated. This is an example I'm saying how the complacent attitude of our political culture. It took them from 69 to 72, both the states wanted to get separated. They wanted to have their independent state. But somehow the government, central government said, they made them to be together. After some time, they had their own problems. Different because they could never, whatever they had promised to make them together, no one had fulfilled. So what exactly happened? Within no time, by the time I was growing, they started getting, imagine the same language. We speak the same language. Just the dialect is different. And they started, and a lot of, the problem is, whatever they had been promised, it was not fulfilled. Suddenly the anger was being shown on another region people, which is no fault of theirs. I don't belong to the generation. I don't know what exactly happened around 40 years back. It was not under my control. But I'm facing the problem today. Somehow, it is quite painful because why? We will say India has to be one. We should feel the oneness here. One way they say in India, the Constitution says we should be together. We should be as one individual entity and force. But in reality, they keep on dividing. As long as the divisive politics and vote bank politics are there, these kind of issues keep arising, and India's progress will be constantly taking a back step. We go one step forward with this kind of divisive and vote bank politics, constantly constantly looking at people as a vote bank. For me, I know a lot of political leaders. They don't look at people as people. People are filled with emotions. People are filled with a lot of pain. People are filled with love. But what they look at them is, that's my vote bank. This particular caste is my vote bank. The particular region is my vote bank. They don't see them as humans. In politics, we should get a human angle. They are filled with emotion. They are filled with love and affection. We have to address that issue. Unless we address the individual as, we have to recognize as individuals, not as a vote bank. Till we do it, India is going to get affected by this kind of divisive politics, this kind of vote bank politics. And after seeing this, because for me, the reason why I came into politics was, I don't want another generation, the future generations has to suffer like me. I don't want them to suffer. Today I live a comfortable life. There's no need for me to come. But I said, for me, I felt like a service. I can't ignore. I'm a thinking man. I said, I feel painful. I feel extremely sad looking at the light of a situation. Somehow, what best I can do? I don't have strength, and I don't belong to any huge political party. I'm not extremely rich. But I said, what best I can do within my means? Then I established the party, and it started highlighting each and every issue. Knowingly, getting into politics is like it's a battle which cannot be won, and a destination which cannot be reached. I know it, and still I came into politics to serve my nation and to serve our people. Development, we should understand, we have to define development. Development is for means different. For me, a lady in Adilabad, her development is only water every day. That's not development. For someone else, it is another kind of development. Maybe a housewife, it is nothing but to get her TV all right. And for a student, maybe a simple student, he needs a playground to play. This is what development means. Here we say that India is rising, India is achieving great standards, but the standards are not reaching to the majority of our Indians. And that's why you can see, even in Tamil Nadu, or other states, we have to understand why these large youthful protests are happening. Today we talk about the dividend. The great people of 19 to 20 demographic dividend. We want to reap the demographic dividend. But actually in reality, what exactly we are doing for them? People don't do anything for them. They just plan. They keep on saying so many things. They keep on like, we're going to do for this, we're going to for youth. They announce a lot of measures, but actually in reality, how much it is translating to whom it is reaching are two different things. That's why today, if you look at in Tamil Nadu, I don't know how many of you know about it, the likes of people came for Jallikattu, which is a traditional game of Tamils, to tame a bull. But the undercurrent reality which I was there a few months before, they were saying that there is amazing restlessness in our state because the political situation is so volatile and no one is focusing on the ground. And it's very soon they're going to vent out in a different form, we don't know in which form. And we could see that Jallikattu we should not see as a mere anger on taming the bull, like, when the Supreme Court said against taming the bull. It's not just about that, it is their frustration. You want to reap the demographic dividend, unless we identify them, we recognize them, and unless we channelize their energy, till now, India is going to see a rise of this kind of protests, including Andhra Pradesh, including Telangana, and including even recently I had seen in Gujarat. This is what is going to happen. This has to be addressed. And we talk about, and one more thing India has to focus is on education. And we look at most of the India is rural India and urban India. In urban there are a lot of sectors. And if you look at each school, the urban schools, there is no one out there. There are no right playgrounds, there are no right facilities. Including when I was growing up, I now had a playground in my own school. I thought it was confined to my times, or it was confined to them, but actually even if you look at it right now, all the urban areas doesn't have a playground. And here we want to reap the advantage of demographic dividend, yet we can't even provide a basic playground to our own children.